Hello, everybody. This is Luis coming at you with a new series, I guess, or maybe not. Maybe this will be the only one. But I wanted to talk to y'all about something that I think is very important, very crucial for everyone to. Well, it's something that you're gonna go through at some point in your life. Some people will go through it very quickly, and it'll be nothing. And some other people, like me, well, we're just gonna find ourselves in a difficult situation, kind of a in between zone, the limbo zone, as I guess I'll call it now. So, for a while, I've been working the same job. I'm not gonna mention what, but I've been working the same job and very, very slowly working my way up and whatnot, or at least trying to. I try to do the best I can in my line of work, you know, really pushing myself to be better, be better than anyone else. And even to this day, that's still the case. But as I'm as I'm really as I'm coming down from, I guess, cloud nine of that kind of thought, I've come to realize a couple of things, and that's that sometimes it really doesn't matter how hard you work, you will never get what you deserve or what you work for. That's the honest truth. Anybody who says otherwise, well, they're the lucky ones. They're the ones that got what they wanted. They got what they earned. Some people, the sad truth of this world is we don't live in a fantasy. We don't live in a perfect utopia of dreams and hopes where everybody gets what they want. No, that's not how the world works. That's not how life works. Life works very differently. Sometimes we get lucky and we get what we want. It's just great. It's a great feeling. But most of the time, and for anybody out there who has dreamt, who has had a desire for something, and who's worked for it, doesn't happen very often. It doesn't. A lot of times you're left with disappointment, a slight bit of sadness, and a lot of regret. Now, me, I'm not one to want to dwell on regret, but sometimes I regret certain things, certain choices I've made in my life. You know, and I'll even say this: I've regretted something that I didn't think I would regret, and that I was told isn't something you should regret, but I do. I regret going to college. Yeah, it's the first time I've really said it out in the open, because everybody around me is like, "Oh, college is the answer. College is the only way to go. That's the only way you can progress." And I've even done videos on it, even done podcast episodes on talking about the importance of college and whatnot. And also, I've dissed on colleges. But all in all, at least for me personally, well, I do understand that it did help out in some way, right? It does help, but not doesn't help everybody equally. Just like in this world, nobody's equal. Just like life isn't equal to everybody. Some people have it much more easier. They have it easier, and others have to struggle every single day they breathe. You know. But yeah, I regret going to college. A lot of unnecessary money was spent on something that I've already decided I'm not gonna go back to ever again. You know, and then constantly having some people around me tell me, well, you should do this, you should do that, you should go back, you should finish, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I mean, I understand. Yeah, that can help out a lot, but I just have no desire to do so. And I imagine there's plenty of you out there that share the same feelings. So now, because of all those choices that I've made, and a lot of other things along the way that have, been a product of those choices, I'm left in a tough position because now my workplace does not, I don't want to say it isn't treating me fairly, but it's treating me unfairly, you know? Not only that, but it just kind of proved to me what I already thought deep inside, but just kind of didn't want to believe, which is hard work doesn't really matter sometimes. It really doesn't. A lot of it's just inner social circles. I mean, if there's one bit of advice that I can tell you that can apply to any young person that's, you know, getting older, teenager onwards, is, and again, this is just my opinion, just so none of y'all, please, if this isn't something that you normally do, don't do it. But it's just my thoughts on life, you know, from my perspective, from my experiences. But, you know, if I could go back in time and tell younger Luis some advice, I would tell him, make sure that you understand a bit more how people work. Because in any workplace, in any work environment, it is not solely performance based. A lot of times it's just the connections you have, the quote unquote bonds you build with your fellow coworkers and whatnot. And a lot of times, the more, I guess, for lack of a better word, the more brown nosing you do, the more you get. Sadly, and I already knew this going into, you know, working and whatnot many years ago. But yeah, the more you suck up to your boss, the more they're gonna probably throw a bone your way, give you more hours, recommend you for positions. I know that this country prides itself on being fair, but it still has a very, very, very long way to go. And especially considering who they put into those positions of power, I'd say they're very irresponsible and darn near despicable, at least in my eyes. And I don't know, what else do I want to talk about? Yes. I would like to say I believe I'm in a crossroads in my life where I'm about to come towards a particular decision on what to do next. Mostly because I'm kind of out of options. And I know all of you educated folk are going to tell me, well, you'd have more options if you went to school. Yeah, I did that and I get that. But honestly, I believe we always have a bunch of options. And sometimes, no matter how prepared you are for things, sometimes you really don't have any more options. You just kind of get left with the one that, at least at the time, you know, makes sense. And for me, I think my option is to I at least have a couple, but I don't know. I want to put this video out there for whoever comes by it, whoever wants to see it, that you understand that I would very much like to do a lot of things, you know, explore, ghost hunt, make more music, you know, just kind of enjoy life. I just don't see working at a job that I barely even work at this point. You know, I may as well just be kind of a temporary hiree, I guess. But I just want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy each day. I don't just want to spend it working like everyone else. And again, everybody has their way of doing things. I'm just not one of those people that wants to work all the time at the same exact place forever, barely getting by. You know, I just think that's pretty miserable, trying to just live off paycheck to paycheck and hoping that you have enough until the next one comes along. You know, it's been difficult, it's not fun, and it's been a hell of a ride, you know. Thankfully I've had some help along the way, but I don't think I'm gonna keep getting help forever, so I really have to start making some choices, some tough decisions on like where to go, what to do next, how to approach this. And one thing that I do want to do is kind of be more active on my YouTube channel, make more content. And you know, I know it seems a little bit stupid and shallow for me to maybe say this, but I'd very much like to make money off from YouTube, you know, be able to get paid to do what I kind of enjoy. I like making content for people. You know, typically I don't upload that much as I used to before I started working, which kind of tells me my priorities have really fallen off. Really fallen off the wagon. You know, it's just a lot of things changed, and I don't like what I've become, what I've come to. Not that I don't love myself, I love who I am. There are certain aspects of me that I don't like. I don't like the fact that I don't have as much fun as I used to. I don't go out as much. I'm kind of just stuck thinking about money all the time because I'm, I'm always thinking like, okay, if I work this many days, or I need at least this many days, or I need this much money to make it to, to pay this bill or that bill, to pay, it sucks. I hate thinking about money. I despise thinking about money, unless it comes in terms of like, okay, let me get something for someone else or something like that, to be able to kind of experience life with somebody else, whether it's friends. And well, for me, all I got is just a few friends and some family, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing. I don't know, I feel like I've kind of been left behind somehow, trying to figure it out as I go along. And sometimes I really do question myself, whether is it worth it? Is it worth it? I've done a lot of what I consider to be great feats of power, for me. Accomplishments, the power of accomplishments. I've done a lot. I've come a long way from where I used to be 10 years ago, but I don't seem to be going anywhere. And that's what scares me. I'm not progressing anymore. I'm kind of stuck, and I'm sure some of you out there can understand that. Now it's just a matter of what to do next and how long will it take, because I don't imagine there'd be a lot of time until, again, going back to money, until money runs out. So I need to figure something out soon, and it's kind of sad that I might lose a bit of myself along the way, because I'm probably going to end up getting a job somewhere else, and I'm just going to become another robot, like another zombie like everyone else. I don't want to be a zombie. For any of you out there who know what I'm talking about, you understand. I don't want to be zombified. I want to have fun. I don't want to be careless either. I still want to be responsible, but I just want to enjoy life. What's the crime in that? It shouldn't be this difficult or this much of a pain in the butt to want to make that choice to enjoy life. To be able to I don't know, just to live. Hopefully this made sense to some people. I really felt like I had to say this just to at least get it out there. Maybe somebody can give me some advice on it. I don't know. Kind of getting close to that at wit's end, and I just want to know what to do next, A little slightly lost here. It's just one thing after another, right? It just keeps coming and coming and coming, and it doesn't stop. I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of life either. But I am afraid of staying stagnant. It's being left to rot, so to speak. Becoming that zombie. It's like I don't want that. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy life. Whether that's with somebody or not doesn't matter to me. I just want to enjoy life. I don't want to be stuck in the same place. And hopefully, maybe, little wish, maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it on YouTube somehow. Through my talking, through my other ideas, who knows? Maybe one of them will go off and things will work out. But in case it doesn't, maybe I can rewatch this video and think, I think that was the last time this guy had hope. I think that was the last time this guy had dreams. Because it darn near feels like that. Well, thanks for listening to me. It's almost been 15 minutes, but yeah, if you stuck around this long, I thank you. And I wish you a good day or night. Thanks.